Oh, hello. Again, nobody to really film any classes yesterday. But what a successful day. So we start off with Mr. Radar. He won 2 classes, so he's co-owned with me and Lydia, and he's still on his holidays over there. But anyway, he got 2 firsts. So that means he got 6 points towards his junior warrant, which is brilliant. Then I showed Freddie. So he's in the same class as Radar in the first class and a different class in the second. But anyway, Freddie got 2/3. So Freddie, in his first ever show, is qualified for crafts. Katniss, not too rough, babe. She's only little. Then Murphy, I think he got 2/4 and a 1/3. So that was good. Then Finnick won his class. Go Winifred. Mr. Lulu didn't place. He was the only dog we took that didn't place yesterday. We just weren't the judge's type. Come on, Nala. I know why you're hanging back and it's not going to happen. Come on. So then Pod got 3rd in open, which is really cool because I think he was the only dog in the class that hasn't won a CC or a reserve CC. And there were a couple of champions that he was ahead of yesterday, which is just awesome. Like to know he's holding his own amongst that sort of quality of dog. It's just wicked. So, you know, to some people you'd be like, oh, you only came 3rd. But like to me, I'm like, yeah, but we were in amongst champions and dogs that are nearly champions, and he's chasing a butterfly. Pod is up ahead. So like to me, that's just still awesome. So then Nala won veteran bitch class. Then she got best veteran bitch. Then she went against the best veteran dog and got best veteran in breed. Then we had to wait for the utility veteran group, where she got shortlisted to the final 7 of the utility breeds in the group. Come on, Banana. So that was like friggin' awesome. She's qualified for Dalmatian of the Year in the veteran category. Right, not too rough with her, you pair. So yeah, absolutely wicked. Jazz then goes and wins her minor puppy bitch class. Much happier showing yesterday. I changed tactics a bit, and if you think it's less than a week since the last show, but just changing tactics a bit because I haven't had a chance to do a huge amount of training in the 4 days between the 2 shows. So anyway, pleased because there was an improvement in the way she went. So then I took Katniss into junior bitch, and she got a 5th out of like 9 or 10. And she was so difficult to show. The trouble with her, she's so freaking excited to show. Then the original plan was Lydia was going to be showing Katniss, but that didn't happen because it clashed with the minis. So I was a bit stuck then because Jazz and Katniss were in the same novice bitch class, and obviously I can only handle 1 dog. So anyway, I roped Chris in, who's Freddie's owner. She's never shown in her life, done some ring craft classes, and that's it. So I handed her Katniss, and I showed Jazz. So Jazz got 3rd, and Katniss got 4th. And I can't remember how many were in the class, but anyway, that was good. Didn't bring Raven because of being in season, although there were several in season bitches there yesterday. Thing is, like, it's so obvious because they're so swollen. But anyway, very, very good day. Really, really pleased. So Nala's after Dottie. Yes, she is. Yes, she is. We got to show off in a big ring, didn't we, Nunu? So yeah, that was good. So I think I'll continue with the family tree part 2. So what I'll do is I'll talk through Lily's litters. Because Hel had one from her first and one from her last litter. So her first litter contained Dora, as I spoke about on the last part. The second litter were Disney songs, and we didn't keep any from there, and they were sired by Woody, who was from the dressage horse litter. Then her third litter was sired by Pod, and out of that Bellatrix was kept. And at that time, my plan, I was going to keep one from the Beatles litter, which was the Jude Boris litter, and one from Lily's litter. Well, Lily didn't have many unpatched bitches, she only had 2, whereas Jude had 6 unpatched bitches. So to me, like, there's a hell of a lot more choice in that. Plus I had somebody who wanted a black bitch without patches in Lily's litter. So I already had like that in mind as well, where I'd only be able to choose the liver. So I didn't then want to take the risk on the liver not being good, because this litter was like 4 or 5 weeks younger than the Beatles. So I kept Pumpkin and Raven from Jude's Beatles litter, who she had with Boris, who is Bloomingsdale Green Snow at Perdita's. He's an import from Russia. And I spoke about that breeding before and why I chose it, why I did it. So I don't really need to rehash that again. So if you think, we've got Disney, who had Jude. Jude had Pumpkin and Raven. And in Jude's second litter, who she had with Pod, she had Katniss. So you think that sort of sideways. So that way you'd say like Boris, Jude, Pod. So from there you got Pumpkin and Raven, and from there you got Katniss. Hope that makes sense. But then I got to go back half a step and say where Pod came from. So Nala had one litter, it was the musicals litter, and she had Aria and Pod in that litter. Now, originally I only planned to keep a girl, and obviously fell in love with Aria. She was my keeper all the way along, as long as she passed her hearing test. But I also really loved Pod, and looking back through the pictures and videos, Aria and Pod were together a lot. And I don't know if that's how I noticed him or fell for him, because where Aria, my keeper, my heart puppy was where he was, or whether his personality was there then. I think it was there then, like his chilled out laid backness. So yeah, I've kept Aria and Pod, who are by Nala and Harry. Harry's from the dressage horse litter. So yeah, to the side then there's Disney, Zach, who had Harry, and then Harry went with Nala, who had Pod and Aria. So you can picture that. And then obviously I've got a lot of girls that are very tightly related to Pod. Well, not super tight, but tight enough. So yeah, Aria then went up to Scotland to go and meet Nugget, who is champion soft spot gold dust. Junior Warrant, who was best of breeding crafts 2019. He's done a lot of winning. He's the breed record holder for CC's, won by a liver. He's had loads of best of breeds. He's had reserve best in shows, best veteran in shows. He's won, honest to God, I bet even his owner breeder would forget some of his wins because he's had so many. But it wasn't because of that why I took Aria there. The soft spot kennel, I believe, is very much known for their temperaments as well. So very bouncy, happy, outgoing, lively. Like Finnick, with his sort of bouncy craziness. I just called it the soft spot bounce. But yeah, anyway, the breeding did what I wanted it to do, which that's been a successful litter, which is the Game of Thrones litter, which Finnick was born into. So Finnick is hip and elbow scored, and he's ready to stud, but he hasn't studded as of yet. But anyway, he's full hearing, good temperament, and just a lovely dog. Lulu. But I think also a lot of people want like a slightly more relaxed Dalmatian. If they Lannister breeding for pet, and if Finnick throws his temperament, you're not going to have a relaxed, laid-back Dalmatian. Because Aria isn't majorly laid back. She likes to run and stuff. So yeah, anyway, that is that. I'm going to just make this video a bit longer because there's not much more to like talk through, is there? So who else have I missed out? So yeah, then Raven had the Luna Lovegood litter with Lani, who is the import from I've imported from Serbia. And out of that, I've kept Jazz, and now I co-own Radar from that litter. And as of this video being filmed, there's 5 from that litter who have qualified for crafts, and they are only 7 months old. So that's cool. Then Little Miss Pickles, your daddy is Pod. Yeah, your daddy's Poddy. So actually, funnily enough, her mum is from the soft spot kennel, and her mum is out of Finnick's auntie. Wait, no. So her is, got to think about this now. So we got soft spot Priscilla, who's Pickle's mum. Then we got Barbie Ollie. Barbie's by Levi Dazzle. A Dazzle is sister to Nugget. So we got Priscilla is her mum, her grandmother's Barbie, her great grandmother is Dazzle. Yeah, that's right. So great grandmother is Dazzle, who is Finnick's auntie. Woo! That was a good one. And yeah, Katniss is Jude Pod. And then the other litter sort of had Pumps. Pumpkin has had a litter with Lani, and they created the pies. Are you the pies? So that's kind of a very quick, rough guide. And also, I should include this because I just forgot about it, is Pod had a litter with Dora, and they are the Harfwen of Villains litter. And Hel kept Thomas from that litter. So, yeah, basically, Nala's had one litter, Arya's had one, Pumpkin and Raven have had one, Jude's had two, Dora's had one, she's chasing butterflies, Disney had two, and Lily had three. I can't believe you're chasing butterflies already like your daddy. The butterfly gene is strong, Poddy. So, anyway, hope you enjoyed the little show update and the completion of the family tree.